Here I come. Okay. So, in today's video, I first want to start off and say, hello everyone. Hello. Welcome back to Blue Wolf Cast. I am Intrinsic Blue Wolf, and thank you for joining the pack. To everyone who have subscribed and will subscribe after this video. So in today's video, today is considered Valentine's Day, the day of love, the day of relations, the day of the Valentine, you know. We have a special guest. Her name is, who is this? Nevra. It is the Tao I most relate to, but this is the Nevra, I think the first ever produced Nevra. It is the first ever produced Nevra from, I want to say, Formal Funk. She came with the play set. If you know Bratz, she came with the runway play set, the Formal Funk. Okay. I want to get into what's been going on in my dating life, because that's what's going on in my life, you know. And for my Dowly girls, I want to present the Dowl of the day. All right. Now, don't quote me now. I don't know how often a Dowl of the day will show up. She may make another debut. Maybe it's the Dow of the week, Dow of the month, whatever case may be. This is who we have right here, though. So I've been talking to this guy, okay? We, you know, our younger generation, you know, we are Snapchatters. And with Snapchat, I'm like, what is this on my desk? Okay. With Snapchat, and I'm on my way out to go get some pho. If y'all don't know what pho is Vietnamese noodle soup. It is so good. I love their vegetarian pho with the fried tofu. It's so delicious. So I'm talking to a guy I was talking to quite a bit, but now I haven't. He just sent me a picture. I can show you all this because it's like nothing. Like, it's just like silly stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all about the sprinkle movement, you know, only date full providers, an older gentleman, someone who know how to take care of a lady, who know how to provide. Don't get me wrong, I'm still moving in that direction. But right now, there's none right now that's presenting. So I open to that, and I'm only opening myself to that. But at the same time, you know, who's into me, and I'm like, okay, you're enjoyable to talk to type of thing. I'm letting it be that. So this person is becoming very sexual to me. And I first want to say this too. Like, I'm just going to just let you all hear. So this person is basically saying he wants to do some things to me. Okay. And this is for adults. Some things to me that is sexual, and he's expressing that, you know. Keep in mind, I used to be a person and be like, oh, how dare you speak to me that way. I used to get offended really easily. I really need to like take time on myself more, like what is going on. So I'm like in this place where given that I used to be a person who used to look at the idea of a guy who talked very sexual to me, and we've been talking for, I would say early on, because it haven't even been a month we've been talking through texting. Like, we haven't had any like major connection yet, like hung out and things like that, and spend time together or got food or done something together, physically together. So I just got a message. I just find it very interesting that a person is being so sexual and expressing that they want to do sexual things with me early on. But at the same time, you know, we are in our 20s, and I'm not making excuses for it, but some things are just what it is. Keep in mind, I have a different experience because before I was on estrogen, I had a lot of flowing testosterone in me, and I know what it's like. I was looking at old messages I used to send to people. The tip I was on was wild. So when I mean tip, meaning like the behavior I was on was wild. So I do owe a lot of that to testosterone. Like, it doesn't mean I didn't care about the person. It doesn't mean I don't want to enjoy the person or get to know the person. It's just that I had this tick about me, a high sex drive, a high, with estrogen. I wouldn't say I have a low sex drive or a sexual desire with people, but at the same time, I just thought of something. I know a couple of my videos has been talking sexual, but I'm just gonna admit, dating, you're going to be talking sexual to people. I'm not saying any names right now. I'm not going to come on here and announce who I'm dating or who I'm not dating. This is just my experience in the dating pool. So this person literally said to me, he wants to blank me. Okay, use your imagination what that means. And when he said that, part of me was like, okay, this is interesting. I used to get upset, or feel like if I allow this person to talk to me, that I am setting an example that it's okay to treat me any kind of way, talk to me any kind of way. And something came over me and said, none of that defines you. This person decided to speak how this person decides to speak. You don't need to get upset. You don't even need to stop talking to this person. You don't even have to do anything. You can actually kind of like, let me see what I said. Hold on. I think it would be best for me to just kind of like go back and have it in front of me so I can, yeah. I just wanted to send them a little snap. But, okay, I'm going to go up and read this to you all. So, this was yesterday, I would say. He said, I want you. And I said, I appreciate you expressing that there's no worry now, given that we want each other, right? Then I posted a picture and he said, sexy ASS. So at first, when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. Okay. But then I resorted to like, just appreciate. Because I'm in a graceful mood right now. Just appreciate. Because I'm like, why are you, using such sexual language? I don't know. I'm just being honest with you all. That's how I was feeling. And then I said, thank you, babe, with hearts, because at the same time, I want to allow this person to communicate exactly. I want them to come exactly who they are. Because I'm going to come exactly who I am. Just because they're coming that way doesn't mean I'm going to come that way. Then he says, let's FUCK. I got to smell my cheers candle, my congratulation candle. It smells so good. That's the one. And then he ended up sending me like a random Snapchat. But this is what I was going to respond to it. But he ended up sending another message, like a random. If y'all don't know about Snapchat, you can like send snaps. And snaps is like taking your phone, take a picture, or take a video. So he snapped a picture after it was like 10 minutes after he had sent that message that I just stated, let's FUCK. And during that 10 minutes, I was kind of like getting my thoughts together of like what I'm going to respond to that. Let me go to my notes. So this is what I came up with. Keep in mind, I didn't send this because he ended up snapping me after 10 minutes right when I was about to send it. So I was like, you know what? That's in the past. It seeming like he moved on from it or thought it through. Like, because we all learning like how we want to talk to another person, the person we want to be. So I was like, let him speak the way he want to speak. And then when he sent that snap, I'm like, oh, okay. He kind of moved on from that. So I was like, let me not revisit it because now he's snapping me. So I'll just snap something random too. Yes, keep it moving. I didn't even have to respond to it, but I saved the response for if he ever bring it up again because I like my response I came up with. So listen to the response. Keep in mind before I read you all this response. If someone used to say that before, I used to be like, no, I'm not doing that with you. There's going to have to be X, Y, and Z done first. Or I used to be like, I'm not that girl. And I say it with attitude because it'd be sounding like attitude, even though I'm probably not even saying it with attitude. So it would just be like, I'm not that girl. But to be honest, it'd be some hidden attitude inside because I felt an attitude. So I want to get across, when he said that to me, I felt no attitude. Even though you would think you would if you've been talking to someone for X amount of time. And now you're saying like, okay, they're sexualizing you. But I had a new outlook. I was like, you know what? If we're like old as dirt or old as old can be, hold on, old as old can be, wouldn't you get excited? They'd be like, ooh, let me F you. Wouldn't that make you like, oh, we still got it. We still got it. So why are you not giving it now? So that's what just clicked in my mind. But at the same time, I don't need to be sloppy with it. Like maybe he coming off that way, but I can still keep it cute and dainty how I want to keep it, So this is kind of like what I came up with. Remind you, I didn't send it because he snapped me and was like moving on with the conversation. So I was like, okay, I didn't have to respond, but I have it for future. So I said, I understand you have sexual desires for me, although that's not my speed, love. For me to even enjoy sexual acts, I would need to have a reason to celebrate with someone in that way together. So what I am saying is I enjoy quality time and acts of service. So I would need a relationship to consist of that from you before I could even offer sexual acts to you, handsome. So basically what I was just using that as the time to kind of like express myself and get them to understand, like, I understand you have sexual desires for me, although, that's not my speed, meaning we've been talking this long and you already told someone, let's F-U-C-K. So that's what I was going to send. I didn't send it, but after reading that, I feel very good with that, because I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to do that with you either. He haven't done that with me. Maybe I can soften that message up a little bit and say, maybe I say I am physically attracted to you, but I did say handsome at the end. So I'm in this place right now. Like I said, I didn't have to send it just yet. So I don't know. I think that's a start to what I'm a message the person. But I find that to be a very interesting that now I used to be so like, no, that's not me, with no no more explanation, or just be like, you need to do that, you need to do that, but to me now I'm like adding more softness, like, oh, I understand you have sexual desires, like being understanding of the person, but also staying true to myself, but also not letting that shift my energy of not liking the person, because I am attracted to the person as far as like physical, we are talking, you know, they give words of affirmations to me. It's a vibe, you know, and they attract, I like who likes me type thing. So that's just what that is on that. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to update you all on what ended up happening from this point on. I just figured I would come on here and kind of like sit down and have a conversation with you all about what's been going on in my life. Another thing I want to mention too, for all of my Dow supporters, and for those who watched my previous video, is when I said no more shopping, when I said I'm done with shopping for, I think it was titled no more shopping, or I'm done spending, or something like that, of that nature. But I said no more spending for 2025, only for essentials. I did buy another Dow. Maybe there's a new video coming soon about the Dows I want to buy, but I haven't yet. But I have my eye out for a couple Dows. I'm not going to mention them here right now. Maybe there's another video coming soon about it. For those who don't know, if y'all new to my channel, I have a hobby of collecting fashion Dows. And I did a stint of video on like unboxing Dows and showing the different Dows I add to my connoisseur collection. So I haven't been buying Dows for a while because I want to take time out and enjoy the ones that I currently have, just showing them love and appreciation for their beauty, especially on days when I'm like no makeup, just need my hair did, is, you know, you can really appreciate them. So I did get another Dow. I feel like it was a smart purchase. That's them. Given that, wait, given what? Given that the Dow I got usually go for like over $10 more. The original price I got it like, yeah. So I don't see this Dow being resold for this amount, or other people who sell the Dow, like any other companies selling the Dow less than what I got the Dow for. I got the Dow for $17 and it was free shipping. So because I needed to get like this under eye cream, it's by this company called, I'm not going to shout them out, but it's basically like a, you know, like how they make lip balms, they make eye balms. So you basically like use it as like an eye balm, because I be wanting to put moisturizer under my eyes and like spot treat, but I don't want to like dip my finger in the moisturizer or push the moisturizer on my finger. So they have a balm that has like vitamin C for brightening and like tightening and firming. So I like to always nourish my skin, especially in Michigan. We have crazy weather. So yeah, and we got the heat on. So I be wanting to put moisturizer under my skin. And I think that's a nice, cute way. Just take the top off like a lip balm and just apply. So I did order that, and this place where I got it from had the breast Dow for sale, and it was on sale for that $17. And it is the Felicia Dow. I have no Felicia Dows in my collection, and I feel like having Felicia, some of Sasha's, I must admit, be given Felicia sometimes, because I have a lot of Sasha's, but I have no Felicia. So it's the repro of the Campfire Felicia. I'm happy to get her, and I feel like it's well deserved. I feel like I need to have a Felicia in my collection because she's so fierce and so gorgeous, and I just need a Felicia. So I have Felicia on its way. It's supposed to be here on the 18th. I may come on here and do a like impression of like my reaction, but it may be incorporated in a video like this. like I said, mentioned before, I didn't know the trajectory of my channel, but I enjoy more organic channels where I feel like I can talk to you all and you all can get something from it, from my experience in life. Something I can look back on and be like, wow, I was going through that around that time. I can actually learn, opposed to it just being about my plastic friends. So I would like to incorporate them in my topics, okay? So for those who like my Doll content, keep in mind that you will see some of my dolls in my videos, given that I like to have dolls around me. On that note, I love you all because I love myself, and subscribe.